Hello! Welcome back to our glorious fun times with Wattpad. Today we are going to be reading a paid Wattpad story, and then we're going to start writing our own little bit, predicting like how we think it's going to go. So we're going to start reading The Girl He Never Noticed.
Oh, good.
Chapter 1, Jade's Point of View. Good morning, Mrs. Chang. Did you sleep well last night? I greeted my employer happily, Mrs. Grace Chang, a 65-year-old widow. I was concerned because she often had severe headaches and couldn't sleep well at night. Mrs. Chang owned the small coffee shop in Manhattan, New York, where I got my family's bread and butter. I worked from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m., Monday to Fridays as a cashier. The place was understaffed, so I often worked all around. I did the waitressing, coffee preparation, and sometimes cleaning place after work. I couldn't complain, since Mrs. Chang was paying me well. Actually, not so well, but enough for my family to eat a decent meal every day and pay off the bills. Hi, Jade. Yes, I did. The pain reliever I took last night finally worked. She smiled adoringly to me. That's good. What did the doctor say? I asked while putting my worn-out leather bag and old knitted coat inside a closet, and then I adjusted my black wig and took off my eyeglasses to clean the lenses. It's just a migraine, nothing serious. I was relieved that finally she listened to me. I told her several times to seek medical attention, but she wouldn't. She had a phobia of hospitals, medical clinics, syringes, and doctors. She probably had a traumatic experience when she was a kid. George's wife had a normal delivery last night. Really? I'm so happy for them. After 5 years of trying, they finally have a baby. It's a girl, right? I instantly became so excited for Georgia, the barista. Yes, it is. Anyway, he can't report today. Could you fill in for him? Oh, that would mean doing 2 jobs at the same time. Phew! Okay, no problem about that, Mrs. Chang. I can manage. I smiled at her assuredly and fixed my crumpled brown floral vintage dress. Actually, it was my favorite dress. I loved wearing it often. It belonged to my grandmother, as well as most of the dresses in my closet. It was already 8 o'clock in time for the coffee shop to open. I wondered why the other employees, Susan and Kurt, hadn't arrived yet. Susan was the waitress who took the order and served the food. Kurt cleaned the tables and floor and the bathroom. Recently, I found out that Suzanne and Kurt were lovers. I caught them making out inside the bathroom. They forgot to lock the door. Don't tell Mrs. Chang about this, or I'm going to break your bones, Kurt threatened me. He even twisted my arm behind my back. A tear suddenly fell on my cheek because of the burning pain. I won't, I promise. Let me go, please, I pleaded, and he let go of my arm. Good, remember that. His eyes were glaring at me angrily. I rubbed my arm. It was so sore, and my flesh turned red. Now, go, ugly monkey. You're not wanted here, Suzanne laughed and pushed me out of the bathroom. They often bullied me, calling me names, and I was used to it. I pretended not to hear their hurtful words. I just avoided messing up with them. I needed my job so badly, and my family relied on me. Besides, Mrs. Chang was a good employer. Jade, I'll be in the kitchen. Just call me if you need help. Sure, Mrs. Chang. I put on a black apron, getting ready for the first customer. I went inside the bar counter and turned on the electronic cash register as well as the coffee machines. I learned how to prepare coffee from George, the barista. For almost a year, I'd been working in the coffee shop. He taught me how to do coffee artworks and the techniques for preparing a very espresso. I learned the barista's complete guide to coffee and embraced the knowledge wholeheartedly. I was cleaning the bar counter when the first customer came inside. 2 men wearing black suit and dark glasses entered the coffee shop. They reminded me of the movie, Men in Black.
I love that movie.
I looked at the tall, black-clad figure of the man who came in first. He was younger than the other man. He halted at the front door and his eyes scanned the room. He stood there tall, devilishly handsome, with a beautifully proportioned body. I froze, my mind stopped working, and my body turned numb. Something about his appearance disturbed me. He looked vaguely familiar. Is he a movie star? A model? A celebrity? He was probably into sports because of his athletic physique. His dark glasses hid his eyes. It was impossible to find out where his eyes were focusing on, but I was certain that he was not looking at me. He carried himself with a commanding air of self-confidence. He looked very powerful and extremely rich. He said something to the other man, and they strode into the room. They took their seats in the center of the room. I grabbed a pen and an order slip. I hurriedly went towards them to take their order. Good morning. What's your order, sir? I stood in front of the 2 men and smiled at them. I wrote C number 1, shortcut for customer number 1 in the order slip. Good morning. Can we have a cup of espresso and a cafe latte? The older man removed his dark glasses and smiled at me. He was probably in his mid-40s. My hands were trembling when I wrote their order. I didn't know why, perhaps maybe because of the younger man's appearance. He looked like a very important man. His face was bronzed by wind and sun. The set of his chin suggested a stubborn streak, and his lips were firm and sensual. He made me so edgy and nervous as hell. And he didn't even seem to notice me. He was very busy talking on the phone. I couldn't help listening to his voice. It was so deep, with a velvet edge and strong. Is there anything else, sir? My eyes shifted from one man to another. That's all, miss. The older man replied and nodded at me, a sign of dismissal. I served their coffee within 5 minutes. I stared at the younger man again. He seemed really familiar. I was sure I had seen him before. I wished he would take off his dark glasses so I could see his eyes and figure out where I saw him before. Then I noticed he drank his coffee. The cup of espresso was his. A few customers came in. I became so busy taking their orders and prepared their coffee, but I couldn't help but glance at the two men sitting in the center of the room from time to time. I tried to ignore them and focus on my job. After a while, I saw two girls approach the two men. The two girls were giggling flirtatiously at them. The younger man looked at them and said something that made the faces of the girls turn sour. He probably said something very insulting, since the girls immediately went out of the coffee shop with stony faces. Well, he was rude. The man left without asking for their bill. I went to the table they earlier occupied and saw a $100 bill under the espresso cup. What? A $100 bill? I couldn't believe it. I was over the moon. They left too much tip for the coffee. Later that morning, Suzanne and Kurt simultaneously called in that they were sick. So I was with Mrs. Chang in the coffee shop the whole day. She took my place on the cash register. I did the rest of the job. I tried to serve the customers so fast so they would stop complaining about the slow service. Before I went home, I mopped the floor and scrubbed the bathroom. I was so tired, but didn't have a choice. It was already 8:30 when I left the coffee shop. I took a bus to South Bronx, where my family rented a small one-bedroom apartment. The moment I was seated on the bus, I ate the burger that I grabbed near the bus stop. After eating, I took a power nap until I got home. Guess what, Mom? I got a very big tip today. Two rich-looking men left a $100 bill for their coffee. What? That's too much. My mother, Ruby Collins, narrowed her eyes. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I told Mrs. Chang that we could split the tip, but she said that it was all mine. Aw, she's so sweet. Yes, very sweet. I'm lucky to have her as my employer. I took my wig off and pulled the rubber band that held my hair in a bun. My long, silky red hair instantly cascaded down to my waist. I took a hairbrush and combed my hair until it shone. How's baby Hannah? I asked about our neighbor's baby. Mom worked as a babysitter for almost a year now. She's still very adorable, but getting heavier. I don't think I can handle her anymore. Mom rubbed her chest. She had a mild coronary heart disease. It started 6 months ago. She was advised by her physician to not do strenuous activities. Then stop babysitting. I don't want you to work. You are risking your health. Don't worry, I have a job. I'll work during weekends too, to have extra money. We can manage. You're working too hard for us, Jade. I'm so sorry for being a burden to you. Mom, please don't say that again. I love you and I'll take care of you and Sapphire. I promised Dad that I would. I hugged my mom with moisture in my eyes. I hate that sentence. I don't like the phrase moisture in my eyes.
Depressing. I absolutely hated everything about it.
Yeah. We're stopping here and we're starting writing.
What was the main character's name?
Your name, I think?
I thought it was Jade.
Oh no, I think it is Jade. Yeah, it's Jade. That's awkward. So we're gonna start writing. We'll be back.
I have to write for 15.
Welcome back, folks.
I just realized I haven't turned in any math this week.
Good job. As I will be happy.
No, he's our homework teacher. He doesn't.
Alright, Midoriya, you're going first, then Bakugo, then me.
Jade let go of her mother and wiped her tears from her eyes. You were never a bird mother. You take care of me. It's my turn. Jade then dismissed her mother as her mom went to the couch and sat down to watch the coronavirus. Jade went to the kitchen and made carrots. They toasted much yum, and then the dog came as well before going outside and performed photosynthesis. I'm Skip. Jade woke up on Monday and went to the coffee shop, and her mother went to work babysitting. Jade put on the coffee barista outfit, or whatever she wears, and began to serve the customers. Then the handsome man walked into the store with his old man friend. The old man friend went and bought some coffee and cried. The hot man came over to Jade and asked, like the tip? Because my friend was not as drunk as he was supposed to be, so take another 100. Jade spit out the coffee all over the nice hot man's clothes. Sorry, sir, but I can't accept. The man activated Splin Ride and Smolder, and Jade immediately accepted. The man asked if they sold clothes here, and Jade said, I have some at home. Jade brought the man to her home, and the dog came over and ate his pants, while the man conspired to sacrifice his shirt. Jade brought the now almost naked man into her house, and it was just that time that Jade's mother came home and saw Jade with Guy Fieri. She had a heart attack, and Jade cried while Guy Fieri called an ambulance. The ambulance came, but Jade's mother went, no! I am cured because of his hot body. Jade went, okay, now you can make more money. Guy Fieri said, actually, I want to date you. Come to my mansion and live in peace. So Jade and mother praised dog for curing mother's heart, and went to Guy Fieri's house. It was nice and had a pool. Thank you immensely for everything. Now go get clothes like you were going to. Guy Fieri left while Jade and mother got situated. They now lived in a very nice mansion with dog and squirrels come too. Much happy, live nice together forever.
That's kind of a lot to take in.
Oh, it was great.
Can I give my opinion?
Yes.
I like the chaotic, energy. I normally wouldn't be complimenting you, but I feel like I'm allowed to in this situation. The writing was very well written, and I just love the chaotic, everything, just chaos.
The squirrel sacrificed his shirt.
Yes. Take that compliment, because that's the only one you're getting for the rest of your
I was very shocked to find out it was Guy Fury. That's all.
Me too. Okay. I even titled mine. Mine's titled, Wow, That's Unfortunate, Part 1. But there's only one part, so I don't know why we need a Part 1.
I believe in you.
Mine has a nice little twist. Well, I better get to bed. We were short-staffed today, and it was super busy. I'm completely exhausted. My mother smiled weakly at me, and she let me go to my bed. I normally slept on the pull-out couch so my mom could get a better night's rest. It wasn't the comfiest, but it will do. I want my mom to get better. Without her, I don't think I'd be alive today. I changed into my pajamas and grabbed some extra blankets from the hallway closet. I quickly got under the covers and tried to get to sleep, but I couldn't stop thinking about the two men. Why did they look so familiar? And why did that one man make my heart skip a beat? The next morning, I woke up to my very annoying alarm. I quickly made my bed and went to the bathroom to shower. Once I was cleaned, I made my mother some toast and left it on her bedside table for her to wake up to. It was already 6:45 a.m., so I decided I better leave soon to catch the 7 a.m. bus. I quickly grabbed my belongings and left the apartment. Once I left my house, I felt the cold wind hit my face as I continued to walk to the bus stop. Once I arrived, I started to look around. It was completely packed. I wasn't sure if I would be able to find a seat, but once the bus came, turns out that there was one seat left just for me. I walked over and sat down. I looked to my right and saw him, the man from the coffee shop, the dreamboat. Why was he here? He turned to me and we made eye contact. I froze. What was I supposed to say? Hey, he said to me. Hi, do I know you? I kept looking into his beautiful eyes. He should take off his sunglasses more often so I could get a better look at his face. He was stunning. I bet every girl in the neighborhood would have liked to sit next to him. But again, lucky me. Hi, I'm your half-brother? Let me explain.
Oh, that's twisted.
I was kind of shocked at the beginning when you started reading. I was like, wow, I didn't know Bakugo wrote things like that. And then I got to the end and I was like, huh. But I was surprised there was no death in it, or yeah.
I was gonna have
suggested the mother died. So.
I was gonna have her wake up and her mom be dead, but then I decided that I'd rather her be crushing on her half brother, not realizing it's her half brother.
It's mine doing right, yes.
Yeah.
All right. I pulled away, wiping my tears. I'm going to go shower and get ready for bed, I said, Mom nodding before I walked into the bathroom. I stepped in the shower and couldn't stop my thoughts from thinking of him. He was so fine. Stop that, G. You can't think like that. Besides, it's not like you're ever going to meet him again. I quickly finished my shower and got ready for bed. I had been sleeping on the couch since we got our small one-bedroom apartment. It was a comfy couch though, so I didn't mind. I crawled under the blankets and quickly drifted off to sleep. My dreams consisted of a mysterious man. Who was he? Oh, I wrote her. Who was her? I woke up abruptly to the sound of a phone ringing. I groaned as I crawled out of my sleeping place and got up to answer the phone. Hello? I asked as I picked up the phone, rubbing my sleepy eyes. Hi, Jade. It was Mrs. Chang. There was a man who wanted to speak to you. Is it okay if I give him your number? I thought for a moment, wondering who it could possibly be. Yeah, of course, I replied. All right, I'll send it over. See you soon, she said before hanging up the phone. I stood there, wondering who it could be. A few minutes went by before my phone started to ring. Hello? I asked. Hi, I heard a gruff voice that sounded familiar. Was it? No, it couldn't be. Is this a girl from the coffee shop? The man asked. Yes, it is. And my name's Jade. I introduced myself. I'm Jeffrey. I was at the coffee shop yesterday. Sorry for bothering you, but I was wondering if it was just you who was working yesterday. I replied with a soft yes. I waited for a reply.
Is that it?
Hello? After no one answered. Sorry. Anyways, I was going to put here, sorry, I was, feeding my dog or something. Or, I don't know. But then I decided against it because I didn't know where I was going with that. Back to what I did right, though. Sorry, anyways, is it alright if you met up with me? I have an offer for you that I would like to speak to you about in person. I paused for a moment. Was he going to kidnap me?
Yes.
I guess so, I replied without thinking. Alright, I'll send you the time and address, he said before hanging up. I ended up meeting up with him. He offered me a good new job and through that, we grew close. We started dating, and before we knew it, we were married with 2 kids and 3 dogs. The end.
I really just love that. So peaceful. Where are you going?
Someone yelled.
I liked how it was really smooth at the beginning and then just went like. I really appreciated that.
It went a little fast.
I think I like the rushness. What about you, Deku?
It was just pure, just love. You could feel the love. With the pause, the meeting, the kidnapping, the forced dating, the marriage.
I think you, interpreted this wrong. There was no
I interpreted it
actual
wrong. Was that hot
kidnapping.
man?
There was no kidnapping.
Ha!
Well,
All right.
Your favorite.
Thank you for listening to our fun little fanfics. Make
What did
sure
you
you
think
vote
of
which
favorite?
one's your favorite, and if you'd like to see more of this, because maybe we'll do that. Maybe
Part 2.
there could be more. Wait,
If you're
Halloween,
watching this
it's like
after
October.
quarantine, how is it?
We're musically talented. Anyways,
I'm
that's
more
all for
musically
today.
talented than
Make
this,
sure you vote. This is the first
Like,
time
subscribe,
maybe that we're saying it. Like,
comment,
subscribe. We'll be
share.
posting a lot more over quarantine. Maybe, hopefully, that depends on how much
Because we need
schoolwork we get.
friends.
Comment shame on you, Momo, for leaving. Shame on
She
you.
had homework to do. Top of class.
I haven't done any homework this entire quarantine.
Dang.
Fun fact. I
Well,
want so bad.
That's all. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
We do, and how are you? Stay safe. Happy quarantines.
My
Yay.
AirPod just died. Perfect timing.
Oh, cute.